Hello. Good afternoon.
How you doing? I'm Andrea Johnson from DCFS, and I'm here to observe the home visit today. So if everything go good...
What should I wear to prom, girl? Charlie, I said, what should I wear to prom, girl?
The decuntification of Ariana Grande is something that I feel like we've all just kind of forgotten about. Not saying that we should like hyperfixate on someone else's life, but like can't help but think when you see videos from her of like maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, like is that the same? Is that Glinda? Like Glinda? Is like you kind of thing? So this conversation has kind of arisen for me. If you're on Stan Twitter, like I am an Arianator, okay? I am a very big fan of Ariana Grande. So I'm trying to keep this take as non-biased as I possibly can and keep it as nuanced as I can while still being honest to my opinion. So just a preface. But yeah, so she has a brand called r.e.m Beauty, and they did a collection for the 10th anniversary of Dangerous Woman, the album. And she did a shoot. And people are not happy about how she looks in the shoot. Now, I will obviously show you guys what the shoot looked like and what she was wearing and what it was giving. And it was very much giving coquette, Glindified, ballet choreographed version of Dangerous Woman. Which... we're going to read some tweets together and I'll give you guys like my opinion on what I think of the situation. But so the first tweet says, I think she does this shit on purpose. It takes a very strange artist to constantly justify what the fans want. Was it truly so hard to bring the Dangerous Woman aesthetic back for one day? Not even aesthetic, just a black mask. Now, I do think that sometimes the fans kind of treat her like some kind of dress up customizable doll. Like, you guys do know that this is a 32-year-old woman with her own autonomy. However, I am quite disappointed and confused as to why she thought this gave Dangerous. It just gave Bunny. Like, it didn't give Dangerous Woman, it gave Bunny ears. Like, it just, like, I don't understand why she can't just let go of this like coquette, Glindified, ballet choreographed aesthetic just for one. Just put on the latex, girl. Put on the latex, put on the leather, put on the black bunny ears. Just do something different. Even like her The Boy Is Mine music video look, that was more Dangerous Woman than whatever this was. I agree with this tweet. I don't think she does it on purpose. I think she just she probably does, to be honest. I wouldn't put it past her. So she's barely wearing makeup. Not only does it not fit the album, how are you supposed to sell any makeup when you don't wear any? Wow, okay guys. Like, we're really just coming for her throat. I feel like r.e.m Beauty is popular, but it definitely would have been a lot more popular back in her like 2016 to 2020 like look. I feel like r.e.m Beauty would have been a lot more popular just because she's so like famous and her look was so profitable. Like the ponytail, the brunette ponytail, the wing liner, the tan, just everything was just so trademarked Ariana. Like, it was so Ariana coded. She had like a stable brand. Now when I see her, she looks different. So I wouldn't imagine. I do have one r.e.m Beauty product. I think it's like the Glossy Balm. Those are good. But the rest of the line just looks like toy makeup. Like, it looks like a toy makeup brand. Like, it's like a parody of a makeup brand. So I'm not even really surprised it's not as relevant as like Rare Beauty or like Fenty, because it just doesn't. When I think celebrity brands, I don't think r.e.m Beauty. I think Rare, I think Rhode, I think Kylie, I don't think r.e.m, even though arguably she's probably just as famous as all those people. I just don't think r.e.m. Anyways, y'all put her on this unnecessarily high pedestal as a person. Who the fuck is still acting the same way or wearing the same shit from 2016? Now, this is where the take becomes nuanced, because it's like, I know for me personally, I didn't act the same as I did when I was like, I'm in my late teens, for reference. The way I act now was not the same way I acted when I was like 13. I don't act the same. I look the same, but I don't act the same, I don't dress the same, I don't do her makeup the same. So it's like, you guys hold her to the standard of like wanting her to keep this certain aesthetic going or this certain look going that you guys like and you guys are used to. People don't accept that, like, people change. And if you compare her, yours truly era, my everything era, Dangerous Woman, Sweetener, thank you next, Positions, you can tell as it goes on, her makeup gets more and more intense. You know, the eyeliner gets thicker and thicker, hair gets more and more, everything just becomes more. So you can definitely tell she was using makeup to kind of like hide who she was.
I, over the years, used makeup as a disguise or as something to hide behind, and more and more hair, more and more thicker, the eyeliner, the whatever, you know, and that can be so beautiful at times. But I think as I get older, I don't love that being the intention behind it anymore.
Glad she can kind of shed that skin and embrace her true beauty and like her actual face. So yeah, she doesn't wear as much makeup, but at least she's not like piling on layers of makeup just to hide who she is out of insecurity. But I do think she could have just like wore a bit more makeup, done some black eyeshadow. You can still wear a lot of makeup with the intent behind it being out of self-love. You can still do that and love yourself and just do that for the sake of, oh, that was what I was wearing at the time. You know? Do it out of like commemorating that era. You don't have to like, just because you love yourself now does not mean you have to touch the eyeliner. Go pick up the eyeliner, put it on, like, bro, like, that's what we want to see. But at the same time, I respect that she has her own autonomy and her own will, and she can do exactly what she wants. So I don't really think it's like a thing of like, I'm mad. I think if you're mad, that's kind of parasocial, but like, it would have been nice to see the Dangerous Woman era really come in clutch, you know? It would have been nice, but unfortunately, like, it just didn't. It just didn't, and I'm sorry, guys. And I wish it was too, but since Glinda, I don't think she's actually ever gonna touch like her big winged liner ever again. I'm sorry, we have to say goodbye to that now. That's not who she is. I love that she opposes everything people demand or think she owes. I love her for it. It's so cunty. Well, she doesn't have Twitter anymore. She actually is not on Twitter anymore, unfortunately. And I understand why, because people on there are very mean and just weird. And if I was a celeb, I don't think I could be on Twitter because that would just ruin my mental health. So I'm not surprised she's not on there. I'm guessing she has like a burner or like a, you know, like a not Finsta. What's the like Twitter name for Finsta? I don't even freaking know. But she has her own private one she uses when she wants to see stuff, and not like an official Ariana Grande account that she runs herself. She used to be very active, but she's not anymore, unfortunately. But she definitely sees the comments, and I think I'm glad she's able to just kind of not listen and just do whatever she wants, because that's the most important thing at the end of the day. But yeah, I think it'll be funny if she like sees what we want and then just decides not to. Like, that would be so cunty of her. It was supposed to be like this. I don't accept. This is where the problem is with you guys using AI to like edit people and like make them how you want them to look. Like, this is why I couldn't be a celeb, because if I had like posted a photo or like a shoot and people were using AI to like edit that shit, that's crazy. Like, I just couldn't deal with that personally. I don't know about that. You guys are weird. Just stop. And it doesn't even look good. Like, it just looks weird. Now, this one looks a lot better. This one looks more like what we should have got. Obviously, we didn't, and that's fine, you know. You don't have to, but this looks more like what we should have got than whatever she gave us, which was giving Glinda. I don't know why she can't just, like, not, like, I know she did Glinda changed her forever, but girl, like, just stop. Anyways, this look, even though this is AI, this actually looks good. That just looks, no. This looks good. Like, the latex and, like, the silhouette and the thick liner. Like, I don't know, man. I think she would look good with thick liner again. Like, you don't have to, like, hide. It doesn't have to be the intention behind it. You can still put it on and look cunty as fuck and love yourself. So, I don't really know, but I hope one day she does a winged liner again, hopefully on tour, which I didn't get tickets to. But whatever. The way that Glinda somehow changed the way Ariana sees herself leaves me super curious. Because Dangerous Woman, she's 10 years older, okay, but Positions was little before she joined the Wicked cast, and it was very sensual and striking error. And now it seems she rejects everything she once was. Now, this is something I want to talk about, because it does feel like, to me, sometimes Ariana Grande feels like, not ashamed, but like she feels like she doesn't want to talk about or address or like revisit certain eras of her career when, girl, that was you at one point. So just embrace it. It kind of feels like she's like embarrassed or doesn't want to talk about it. It just feels like recently the only things she's really like cared about in the past maybe like 4 years at this point is just Wicked and Eternal Sunshine. That's it. That's all she talks about. She doesn't really want to address anything else, which, okay, fine, that's like what you're doing at the moment. But, you know, she kind of gives me the vibes of like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. That was when I was Blackiana, and now I'm Glindiana, so I don't want to like associate with that. That's kind of the vibe she gives me a lot of the time. It just feels like it wouldn't hurt if she honored the era. Sorry, my stomach just rumbled. If she honored the era the way I think the era deserved to be honored, you know? I hope Ariana removes all her tattoos and never does thick eyeliner again and wears grandma clothes for the rest of her life and lives in Nebraska with a cow. How many times does she need to say she doesn't support you or constantly editing her shit? This is the thing I was saying, like, if I was any type of famous and anyone tried to, like, manipulate or mess with my photos, especially with AI, like, ugh. With things like this, it's less harmful because it really is just, like, making her look... I just think as long as the edit is not creepy and as long as it's harmless, I don't think it's that destructive, but I do think that you guys need to be a bit more careful just editing people, because you guys know she's probably on Twitter, she's probably on every single app, she's probably on this app, she might see this video. So anyways, next tweet. Imagine having an error like this and you come at me with that clean girl nonsense. I wouldn't even call it clean girl, I'd call it Glinda Coquette Ballet Core. Like, that's what I'd call her new, like, identity. That's what I would call it personally. I don't hate it, it's just so funny to kind of see someone like this when they used to be like that. But it's like everyone has phases, everyone changes and evolves, so I don't think it's crazy to see. I don't think it's like, but it is kind of like looking at like a completely different person if you compare like a video of her now from back then. Like, I saw a really funny video of her comparing like an interview from like her Wicked era, from like her Blackiana era. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen, bro. Like, you guys are so funny.
Do you know where all of your awards are right now?
Yeah.
Where are they?
You shouldn't have said that. Don't give him any ideas, man.
Is hosting an awards show the worst possible gig?
I just want to sing. I want to be there. I want to hit my mark, do my choreo, like feel good in it.
Have you ever considered phoning it in and lip syncing?
I'm good, man.
Will you stay on the 13th floor?
Kiyomi, get your ass in here.
That's a good question.
The universe has a plan.
Always.
But sometimes it's a really gnarly plan. But nonetheless, it still has a plan.
Do you know what my astrology chart is?
That's the spaciest shit I ever said.
Is the Illuminati real?
No, this was actually like a huge debate.
So they're gonna hear this and they're gonna freak out. Like, if you put them names, it's gonna be a thing.
Do you know?
I had to pretend that they didn't exist for a long time, so.
If I'm honest, I don't want to see.
Do you believe in aliens?
Nah.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
No matter how good you think somebody has it, everybody feels that. You know?
Because, we see it in each other.
We trust you.
I think it's just, something that you listen to it and you feel it and it's there and it's, something we all feel sometimes.
She has talked about how playing Glinda and doing Wicked has kind of changed her relationship to makeup, which I think is good. I think that's a good thing. I think it's really good that she can embrace her natural beauty, because if you think about it, the way she looked and the way she dressed before, you could tell it was very much drag-like. It was literally like drag. It was like a costume. It was like, because no one goes around with like a ponytail that high and eyeliner that big on a regular day. So I just think it was almost comical in a way. And this is something I saw on the, oh my god, I might do a whole video on like the Snark subreddit, because that's a very interesting place to be. If you are into Ariana Grande, or if you're into any celebrities, go on the Snark subreddit. You will find things you never even realized about your fave. It's just, those people on there clearly have no job. But anyways, one, I think, relevant point they did make was the fact that, like, next to other people, she just looked really just weird. Like, especially in her, like, Blackiana, Thank You Next, 2019 era. It just looked so funky, which, okay, fine. Everyone has errors. You don't want to see what I look like in 2020, because, oof, I looked bad. Like, if you like, ugh, no, like, oh my god, even just thinking about it makes me cringe. So I'm not surprised that with her past errors make her cringe, because she's just like a normal person like us. Again, holding her to an impossible standard is just unfair, because it's like, before you hold her to a certain standard of staying the same forever and keeping her in the box of like her 2019 era, think, would you hold yourself to that standard? Would you tell yourself don't change, act the same forever? You wouldn't. This is not a defending post. I'm very much giving like alternate opinions, because I'm not just gonna like butt lick her, but I'm not just gonna like dogpile on her either. So these are, I don't know, my opinions are kind of scattered when it comes to this matter, because I think evolution is okay and changing should be accepted, but I just think it can also be talked about, and it can also be discussed. So I think I think Glinda changing her relationship to makeup, I think, is a good thing, but I do think it's kind of interesting to see like pictures of her like before Glinda, then after. It's such a stark difference. Like, wow, like what did they do to you on that set? Yeah, give me you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Yeah, love you guys. Bye.